Hello, thank you for joining this demo. I know that I'm one of the lessons of today, so I hope there's still some space left in your heads for some more information. Quick introduction to myself. My name is Jarno Verrijzer, and I work as a pre-sales architect at Axway. And over the past 10 years, I've worked in a variety of roles, including positions as an engineer, a consultant, and architect. During the last 5 years, I've mainly focused on APIs, which now enables me to work as a pre-sales architect at Axway. And today we have an interesting topic where I will explain how you can use Axway Amplify MarketPlace to take the next steps in API maturity. Next slide. So first I would like to provide some context on the topic of API maturity by sharing some key findings from a recent report. So Axway collaborated with Vens & Born, and Vens & Born is a leading market research company, and they did a survey among 600 senior IT and business decision makers from various countries, including the US, Brazil, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Belgium, and the Netherlands. And the goal of the research was to find out organizations' API maturity across 4 key areas: API governance, API security, API monetization, and API productization. And there were several key findings that I would like to use as a framework for this presentation. So APIs are part of the go-to-market strategy for almost 100% of organizations. So clearly, leaders understand the value of this digital asset and treating them as products. 85% of the organization have dedicated product managers for their key APIs. And 55% of enterprises say they're monetizing their APIs. At the same time, 78% of enterprise decision makers do not know how many APIs they have. And 74% fully agreed that more than 20% of their organization APIs are unmanaged. The last one is that 95% of the respondents agree that the centralized API catalog would improve the governance of APIs. If you're interested in the report, I can share it with you afterward. I included a QR code for you. It's a very interesting report. If I zoom in on the last point, where 95% of the respondents agree that the centralized API catalog will improve the governance of APIs, I would like to introduce you to the Amplify Marketplace. So since 2022, Axway has added a new portfolio to its marketplace, called the Marketplace. And the Marketplace is a customizable storefront where all your APIs within your ecosystem can be centralized. So APIs can be discovered using agents, which are lightweight software applications that can be installed in various ways on your data plane. So this agent can not only find APIs, but also detect traffic. Today we will only focusing on finding APIs. The marketplace focuses on a multi-vendor approach, so Axway provides agents for various API gateways such as Azure, AWS, MuleSoft, Apigee. And beyond API gateway, Axway also integrates with platforms like Backstage or code repositories like GitHub. So how does it actually work? Let's skip. So the discovery agent is designed to detect APIs published on your API gateway or repositories. So it can identify multiple specifications, including Swagger, async API, WSDL, Protobuf, as well as services like SOAP, REST, GraphQL, and gRPC. So once those services are detected, the APIs are registered in a so-called service register. And from the service register, you can create an asset. And these assets let you combine APIs from various sources, like different API gateways or code repositories. From this collection of APIs, you can create a product and attach a pricing plan to it, such as one with a quota. This product can then be offered into a marketplace, which can be made accessible either internally or externally. So once the APIs are being adopted, you can insight through the analytics part of the platform. In a bit, I will show you some key features. It's just a small fraction of what the platform is capable of. I have set up an Amazon API gateway and a GitHub repository with APIs that provide travel information, also travel information, and flight and weather information. We will combine this into a single smart travel assistant API and offer it into the marketplace. So the GitHub agent is already installed, so to save some time, and we will install the AWS embedded agent using CLI, so I hope that my CLI likes live demos. Duplicate my screen, yes. So I use the command line from Axway. Of course, I did some pre-installation to manage this. Axway sensor, install agents. So you see here all type of different agents that we can install. Today we will focus on the Amazon API gateway. So will this be an embedded agent? So yes, this will be an embedded agent for this demo. And we're gonna install the discovery agent. We create a new environment, and we call it Nordic API AWS. Is this environment for production purpose? No. And then the team, gonna select the default team, and my gateway is running in EU North, and I need to assume a rule policy. It's this one. How often will it run? I want to discover it immediately. So I just created an environment, and I hope that it is in the SaaS environment from Axway. It's been added, so I go to the SaaS platform. And I go to the Nordic API AWS environment that I just created a few seconds ago, and you see that the status is connected, and he discovered 14 services. So if I go to the API gateway from Amazon, there you will see that there are 14 services are available there. Now we go to the service register. And I'm gonna filter on the environment. It's called Nordic API. And you see the service that has been discovered. So I zoom in on the flight info. And what is discovered? There is an open API specification discovered. One endpoint, there's no assets or products currently attached to it, so we will create an asset. So you already see that there is a weather forecast asset, and that is coming from the GitHub environment, what I just talked about earlier. And we will create a flight asset. So we add a new asset, and we call it flight information, some nice picture to it. Need to crop that. Next. So this is asked for release management. We disable it for now, but there is something changing within the service register. You can enable auto-release for versioning. And we group the resources that we want to attach with the flight info. You want to attach it? Yes. And I think there is another one. Also this one we want to attach. Save. Okay. The access request, we're gonna skip this part. And we want to share this with our internal developer team. So you see that you can work with teams within this environment. You can create categories, you can set up tags. And we finish up this asset. What kind of release? Is a major release. Save and activate. Okay, now we're going to create a product. So we combine those assets into a product. And we will see here, and we call it travel, smart travel API assistant. travel assistant API, travel. And we attach the travel picture to it. Okay. Release management is also not involved here. And we want to attach the flight information and also the weather forecast. We're going to combine these two together to make a new product. And here's where you can set up a plan. So you can attach a pricing plan to it for monetization of your APIs. We now attach a free plan to it because I don't have much time left. We're going to skip this part. Yes. You can also attach all kinds of types of documentation. We often see a markdown documentation or any other documentation beyond the services. And here you can also create some access rights. Okay. So we combine those assets into a smart travel API assistant, and we now will publish it to the marketplace. And we want to save and publish this, publish the product. And he will remind me, well, that is a free plan that you attach. Will you, are you sure? Yes, for this demo, this is sure. So that is, here you see the marketplace from an administrator perspective. We created some resources, so we combined those assets together to create a smart travel API assistant. And yeah, you also see that you are able to look into the documentation. So that is, in a really nutshell, the Axway Amplify Enterprise Marketplace. That's what it is.